guys, it's Michelle at Maymay Made It, and today we're going to be recreating this Brutus Monroe inspired tag using the Maymay stamp set Celestial. Let's get started. This stamp set debuted at Made It Con in Texas for a workshop that was done by Miss Brenda Berry. Hopefully you guys have seen it and love it as much as I do. We're going to be using surface sprays in Suede, Jurassic, Oz, and cornflower to make the water effect. Now we're going to go for a high-tech solution to our problem. We need a spray box. To create the water effect, we're going to do several layers in ombre effect and dry in between layers. Give your surface sprays a really good shake before you use them. And we're going to start out with Suede. We want it to be in the bottom corner, spraying upwards. Just give it a couple good spritz. Next step, we're going to use the color Jurassic. These have been pre-shaken. And my favorite, Oz. Give it a good coat. And we finish up in the top corner using cornflower. Now to dry these colors. Surface sprays do not have to be dried with heat. This just speeds the process up. They're not completely dry, but I'm not done adding color, so they're dry enough for me to go with layer number 2. We're going to add a little more Suede to the bottom. Then we're going to come in with Oz and go over the entire area lightly. Time to dry. After a bit more drying, and some layering of ink, we are ready to move on. Get rid of our high-tech box and grab the Misti. I'm going to use our embossing powder tool to prep the surface. I've got the stamps positioned how I want them, and now I'm going to ink up the mermaid using Versamark embossing ink. I'm only doing the mermaid because it's going to be gold and the other items on the page are not. So we'll get her done first. Give it a good press. Looks like I have a good image there. Hopefully you can see it. And it's time to add some embossing powder. I'm going to use Brutus Monroe's Gilded embossing powder. It's a beautiful fine detail powder in gold. Generous sprinkling. Move it around a little. Make sure that the entire image gets covered and give it a nice tap. Looks like it's ready to heat. And now we're ready for the next colors. I've got our Misti tool all set with the tag, with our background, giving it a nice coating of powder with our powder tool. And it's time to ink up the stamps with Versamark. Doing 2 different stamps in the Versamark this time. A little starfish at the bottom and our sentiment, let your worries drift away. Give it a nice press. Looks good. time to add the embossing powder. This time I'm using Alabaster Embossing Powder by Brutus Monroe. Give it a generous sprinkling and tap off the excess. Looks good. Always pour your embossing powder back into your container and put the lid on your container before you get your heat tool going. Don't want to have any accidents or spill it. Now we're going to add some bubbles. I've added the bubble images from the Celestial stamp set to my stamp blocks, and I'm ready to add bubbles using Alabaster ink. Quick stamp there. A little on this side. Our tiny bubbles floating up to the top. And a single going off the page. I'm going to give our stamp, our starfish stamp, a little bit of a turn. Get it positioned in our Misti tool. Pick it up. Ink it up with Versamark as well and add another embossed starfish to the bottom corner. We'll add some Lawn Fawn twine to the top of the tag and natural with gold. I believe it's called Gold Sparkle. And there we have it. Let your worries drift away. Thanks for watching.